Hello everyone, and welcome to the long-awaited tutorial for my Minecraft Thieves Guild Secret Entrance replica. I made the initial model for this over a year and a half ago actually, and have since lost the original file that it was stored on, so I did have to reinvent it for this video. So the closest I could get to walking up to the coffin in-game and pressing on the little button in the middle is having a torch key right in front of the door. So you drop a torch key and the door opens up slowly and dramatically, just like in the game. And then if you want to close it back up, right now I just have it hooked up to this single torch key right here, but you could hook up a button inside to close it back up behind you when you went in. Now most triple extenders work a little differently from the one that I have right here, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So most triple extenders will start by powering up their furthest most piston first, so that the piston that's going to reach the very end of its trajectory last is the one that gets powered up first. So that this third piston here is the one that's getting powered up first. Then the second one gets powered, and then the first one. So that when the first one extends, it shoves the second one into place, and then when that one extends, the third one gets pushed into place. And that makes unpowering it very easy, because it means you can unpower it in the exact same way, and it'll still work. So you unpower this one, you unpower this one, you unpower this one. If I wanted to have the slow, dramatic effect that this door has, I can't use this, because this requires this block to already be powered and this one to already be powered by the time those pistons get there, which means this bar of slime blocks goes forward as fast as possible, and that's not what I want. I want them to go slowly forward. Chunk, chunk, chunk. So the way that I had to do that to get it to happen was, well, I have to power the first one up first, and then the second one, and then the third one. But I can't retract them in that order, because if I start by retracting the first one, and then by retracting the second one, and then by retracting the third one, all these pistons are already retracted, and only the last piston is able to do any work at all. So it completely breaks the whole mechanism. So this triple extender is a little more complicated than most, but don't worry, I trust that you are able to build it. So let's get right into how this works. So I have a torch key down there, which the design I won't go into. I stole it from the internet for the most part. I just simplified it with the observer block. So I won't take credit for that person's redstone torch key, but I use a monostable circuit going into a T flip-flop here that spits out the redstone block when every time the torch key gets triggered. This T flip-flop goes, it spits out the redstone block. The power travels up this little staircase. And here is where the fun begins. So first of all, the power goes up to this piston right here. This piston shoves down this blue clay block, which allows the furthest most piston to be turned on. But it doesn't actually turn it on. It just completes this repeater and redstone circuit such that it can be turned on. Then the power goes down. This redstone line right here does the same thing with this blue clay block. It shoves it into place so that it can be turned on. Notice the power is still going through this delay right here. So no power has actually reached this area yet. So piston number 2 can be turned on. Then finally the redstone makes it down this line right here and enables piston 1. It doesn't turn it on yet. So you'll see the whole process here takes 4 repeaters or four repeaters worth of delay. I have 5 repeaters worth of delay here. I could shorten this one if I wanted to, but just for the sake of this video, I just left them all the same delay. So while these pistons are being enabled, this delay is flowing through, and when it gets here, all of them are ready to be turned on. The power goes down here. The first piston, the one in the center, is extended. The second piston, the one on this side, is then extended, and the third piston on this side is then extended. That's the easy part. That's just getting it to extend. Like I showed you, there's a number of ways that you can do that and still make it work. The retraction is the tricky part, and that's why we have all these pistons with the blue blocks. The pistons with the blue blocks need to be retracted in the reverse order that the pistons were turned on. And the way I have it set up, all I have to do is cut power to the circuit and it'll do that. So if I cut power to this circuit, you see the door open nice and smoothly. Because this piston retracted first, meaning that it cut this line first, and it made this piston, which was all the way out there, retract first. The redstone flowed through here second and lost power here, causing this piston, which was where the slime block is, to retract. Then, finally, this line was cut, allowing this final piston over here to retract. And there was still power in all of these lines because the redstone, the power being cut still hadn't run through all this delay yet. So that's basically how the door works. Sorry, I'm a little pressed for time right now, so I can't rebuild this whole thing on camera for you. That would simply take too long. However, I will leave a world download for this in the description. So if you are interested and you would like to take a closer look at how this thing works, you can do that. That is available to you in the description. On a little bit of a side note, I would like to show you how I made these banners of the Thieves Guild symbol. They're very simple to make. What you're going to need is 1 white banner, 5 bone meal, and 5 ink sacks. So I'm going to start off by placing the white banner in the middle. I'm going to make a little diamond shape. It's important that you start with the black die first. If you start with the white die and then go to the black die, it's not going to work. So, black diamond, cover it with a white diamond, so all you see is that little gray outline over here. Then we're going to do the same thing with the dot in the middle. Start with the black, then put a white dot on top of it. Why does that not work? I've been bamboozled. Oh. Never mind, I just don't know how to craft banners. Okay, there we go. So the die has to be in the middle because you're putting a dot in the middle of the banner. That's how that works. And there you go. That is your Thieves Guild banner. So I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I'm sorry I don't have the time to rebuild this on camera. But again, world download is in the description, so if you'd like to check this world out for yourself, I'll reset this little piston thing over here too for the downloads so that you guys can play around with that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world that you requested a tutorial from my silly little video that I uploaded a year and a half ago. So thank you so much. Keep asking questions. It really makes a creator's day. Well, have a good one. Bye.